Hello everyone, if you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. This is a very special episode of Cosplay and Commentary as I reached out to so many cosplayers for their time and their opinions, and I even got a special cosplayer to come on and share their opinions on an interview. So if you're interested, stick around, and thank you so much for watching. A little disclaimer before we start, I didn't pin down my wig, so if it recedes throughout the video, I think that'll be really funny. I'm not trying to take this too seriously. So there's that, and I apologize for any background noise that you may hear throughout the video. I'm trying my best to minimize that. Cosplay red flags, as much as I'd hate to have them in the community, they are very often, and very unfortunately, overlooked. Whether it's when we are at conventions posting our cosplays online, there'll always be people who just make it very uncomfortable, to say the least. This video essay, my longest yet, will cover the red flags of many cosplayers, including myself. Everyone who has helped with this video, who have given their thoughts and opinions, will be linked in the description below, as well as being active collaborators to this video. And finally, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting my channel, thank you for helping making this happen. It's truly an honor, and this is something I genuinely enjoy doing. Now, I had posted a video seeking the opinions of other cosplayers and what their own red flags are. Luckily, I got a lot of responses, of which I'd like to share. Star, a beginner cosplayer within the community, stated, "A red flag is when people try touching you or your props without asking. If they had asked, I probably would have said yes." Another cosplayer, Charles, had stated the red flags: non-consensual prop touching, touching in general, or weird or rude comments in a convention or random space. Just because someone looks cool doesn't mean it gives anyone the right to touch them, and when it comes to comments asking weird questions like "do you do OnlyFans?" or sexual comments or harassment, there's real people under the costume. Everyone has their own sets of boundaries, regardless of what community they're in. For cosplayers, we expect people to respect our boundaries, in cosplay or not. This means no touching without asking first, no taking pictures of cosplayers without asking them first, and generally ask people what their boundaries are if you can't grasp the fact that you can't walk up and touch random people. With posting cosplays online, cosplayers will always run the risk of being compared to one another. This is usually based on how accurate the cosplay is, or how intricate the details are, or even how big the costume is. With these comparisons, usually a comment left by a viewer, comes cosplay ranking videos.
That's me!
It's one thing to willingly compare your cosplay with another willing cosplayer, for fun or for otherwise. We hold cosplay contests at conventions to rate craftsmanship, very, very unlikely accuracy. But these videos contradict that, rating and ranking cosplayers based on how accurate they are to the character. And the thing is, many of these cosplayers never asked to be in these ranking videos. They never asked to see their comment section filled with "so-and-so did it better," or even comments saying how their cosplay is so much better than another specific cosplayer's. It's extremely disrespectful to these cosplayers who put so much work into their cosplays for their own sake, just to have it compared to another person's cosplay. Welcome everyone to a segment that totally wasn't added to make transitions easier. It's time for Reddit story time. Con goers and cosplayers, what are your cringiest and creepiest con experiences? Volunteered for large cons for 15 years. Was on a break talking to a friend cosplaying as Sailor Mars. She's an attractive girl and was sitting with myself in a con chair for a different con when a young male shuffled up. He opened by complimenting her costume. Then he followed up with, "I have fantasized about you since I was 13. I facepalmed and there was a pause, and then he sort of shuffled away." Sailor Mars continued on our original conversation. I can only imagine the horror she had to put up with. What? I had saw this video on TikTok and I had favored it because it gives a lot of the opinions that I had gotten, it gives a lot of the opinions that I myself have, and I just wanted to react to it in this small section of the video.
take that I don't know you guys are ready for. And that is, I think TikTok has taken the cosplay community so far back, and I don't know that we will ever get back what we lost through the pandemic and through TikTok. Let me explain. I've been cosplaying for 20 years, and I was introduced first cosplay online, like in forums and stuff, but my actual introduction to the cosplay community was in person. Now it seems to have flopped, where people's introduction to the cosplay community is in this online space. And because we got conventions taken away for 2 years due to the pandemic, a lot of people have never actually been to a convention or are just now starting to go to conventions. The worst takes I've ever seen in the cosplay community have taken place in about the past 5 years. Takes such as adults shouldn't be allowed to cosplay because it's predatory. Takes such as I block people who cosplay the same character as me, or takes such as you have to have this specific wig, this specific cosplay, you have to put this much effort into styling your wig in order to get to be permitted to get clout online.
So I highly agree with this. I retired my own TikTok account. I don't really link it anywhere anymore, but mainly because this was like between, I want to say 2023 and 2025, that I had just cosplayed like almost like 2 to 3 times a week. I'd post almost like one video a day because I would save them, edit them, and then post them on a random day. I was very consistent with it, and I remember getting these comments saying, "Oh, if you would just tweak this about your cosplay, oh, your makeup's good, but if you could do this, or just telling me what to do with my cosplays." Soon at first it was about, doing it for fun, and I had to quit because it became like I just hated whenever my cosplays would come out and I wouldn't like see reviews, I wouldn't see anything from it. And it's such a superficial way to think about it. Well, for me at least, because the whole reason I was doing it was for fun because I liked doing it. I lost that meaning through trying to get as many views as I could, and I never really got there. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like I agree people will say it like that, and I don't agree with it at all.
Otherwise, I'm going to shame you. And these are all online opinions that deal with social capital and how much clout someone feels like they deserve because of their cosplays. And it's very bizarre to see because in convention spaces, you don't usually see that kind of social capital happening. In convention spaces, we are all just nerds in cosplay. Yes, you will see some cosplayers who get more attention than other cosplayers, but it really doesn't leave a whole lot of hard feelings because that's just the convention space. And it's insanely frustrating because when I talk about cosplay and the cosplay community, I'm talking about in-person spaces. I'm generally not talking about what the community looks like online because the online community is not great. It kind of actually sucks really, really bad. And I'm not saying that I'm better than because I started cosplaying at cons. I interact with the cosplay community in person. But it gets so frustrating when all I'm hearing is an echo chamber of really, really bad takes and opinions by people who have never actually interacted with the cosplay community in real life.
And then, okay, so the first cosplay convention I ever went to, I want to say it was in 2023. I really want to say it was in 2023. In any case, I went there, and oh my god, it was so much different than what I thought it would be. By then I had just, gotten into posting my own videos online, posting my own cosplay content, and it was toxic and I wasn't used to anything other than that. So when I got there, all these people were, actually communicating with each other, were actually talking, like going from place to place. People wanted to take pictures with me. I wanted to take pictures with them. It was such a good environment. And yes, there are things like I wish people would wear more deodorant. And, but besides that, I mean, it was such an awesome experience for me, and I'm so lucky to have been able to have that experience. And I only went once, and already it's like there's this whole other side to the community that I didn't even know existed, that isn't like so toxic and isn't so you need to do this or you need to tweak your cosplay like that, or this is just the hate that I've been seeing as well. It gets so much worse, and I'm gonna get into that, but it drives people to really bad measures.
It just gets so irritating, and I don't know how to fix it, because every other week there's some person who has either just started going to cons and they're experiencing culture shock, or they've never actually been in a physical cosplay space, giving another opinion in order to go viral on the internet and to bank on social capital, which makes them feel better about themselves and reinforces those really bad opinions. Like, please stop doing that.
Hello everyone, this is my friend Melodic.cosplay. She goes by Lyra or Melody, and she's going to answer a few questions for our video today. So first question, if you could speak to all young, new, or just starting out cosplayers, what would you tell them, and what would you warn them about the community?
I would warn them by saying, frankly, the community is both a really lovely place and kind of a scary one at the same time. I've made amazing friends through the community, like going through cons, social media, whatnot, but I've also seen a lot of hate and just like really terrible, like bad things through it. So my biggest tip is like, yes, reach out, make friends, like, form connections, but also be safe with who you do interact with, and like who you surround yourself with.
It's great. All right, and then who has affected you most negatively? Cosplayers in the community or cosplay fans? Cosplay fans as in commentators, supporters, bystanders, or type you see at cosplay conventions but are actually cosplayers themselves?
I would say that's honestly very 50-50. And I know that's a question that would really depend on the person and scenario. For me, it's really like the negative interactions I have with fellow cosplayers is very different from the negative interactions I have by like regular con goers or like non-cosplay, like people on the internet. Because like with a lot of cosplayers, I feel like a lot of people have seen it, but there's a lot of drama between cosplayers, like things that really should be handled personally that end up getting spread all over the internet via like Instagram notes and like story posts and stuff like that. So it's like a lot of like petty drama I've noticed between like what could have just been friends that easily could have been handled through personal messages. But then I've also seen like my negative issues with like non-cosplayers tend to be like a lot of guys being really creepy and like kind of harassy. So I would say objectively non-cosplayers have had a more negative impact, but that doesn't really that like I don't want to ignore the fact that there has been a lot of like petty drama that can get really mentally tiring between cosplayers.
It doesn't negate the fact that other cosplayers can have an equally negative effect.
Like cosplayer, just because they're a cosplayer, it doesn't also mean they can't be creepy, they can't harass you, they can't like, I've had cosplayers who like, in theory should have been like, oh, we should understand each other as someone who's been through the same exact experiences. As cosplayers, we should like be able to understand like similar issues. I feel like most other people who have gone to cons or like have a public account have dealt with the same like kind of harassment and like bullying, or I've had like stalkers and just guys being like really creepy at cons especially. But there are cosplayers who will harass other cosplayers, who will stalk them or make uncomfortable comments and jokes, or like even worse, like there have been cases where cosplayers will like sexually assault or groom people. Like just because they're a cosplayer who probably has faced similar things doesn't also mean that they sometimes aren't the people who are doing that as well.
I had a situation when I was still posting cosplay content on mainly TikTok, and then someone had DM'd me, and then they were like, oh my god, I love your content so much, and they created a whole other account with my face on it, and they called it a fan account, and it creeped me out so badly. I could see they had good intentions, but it wasn't for me.
Everyone has different like standards and boundaries with like what they find like okay versus not, and I think people just need to start asking more before they do stuff like that. Like a lot of people would kind of be uncomfortable with just like a whole fan account dedicated to them, like an edit or like, you know, a shout out or something, like sure, but like a whole page dedicated to you can sometimes be really overwhelming.
I had to stop it before it started. I was flat out and I was like, I appreciate it, but can you not DM me anymore?
Like idolizing in a way that can be really uncomfortable, because like I feel like a lot of cosplayers, like I consider myself just like a normal person. Like I'm not out here being like I'm like an internet maker. Like no, I'm at the end of the day, like I take off the costume, I'm still me. I'm just like a guy. I'm going to classes, I'm going to work, like, you know, I'm living my daily life, and it's not like we're like celebrity, like A-list celebrities where it's like we have like security and PR managers and stuff. Like if we're not, like we're just kind of people. And when you see like stuff like fan accounts dedicated just like to a one person, it can kind of feel a little uncomfortable because it almost dehumanizes us, or it like removes the human part of like us as like a content creator or like a person or a cosplayer, where it's like you become not just like you, but you become like kind of like this idea.
Okay, so do you feel as if the community has changed over time, and if so, what aspects?
It has definitely changed a lot over time. I've been cosplaying for a little over 4 years now, so I'm not like the most seasoned cosplayers. I know there are people who've been cosplaying for like 10, 15, 20 years, but I definitely would say like even within 4 years, we could argue that's a quite short amount of time in like the long span of it. Like in the day of like modern day tech, really, it is kind of a long time in that program where it's like, I wasn't cosplaying when TikTok first started. I think I started cosplaying at the end of 2021, early 2022, but it was still like a fairly young platform. And even like on social media, I've seen the type of content that, you know, is popular like change. I've seen people change like the style of cosplay. I feel like everyone kind of knows like the 2020 like cosplay style, or at least has like heard about it. Like that really isn't something that's popular anymore, versus like that was something like I would see every single person like when I first got into cosplay be doing. Even like the type of content we make, like obviously before TikTok that wasn't really like a thing to make like short form video content as a cosplayer. It was more like Instagram. But then now I've seen a very rise of popularity within like TikToks and stuff. And so that's, I feel like, the one of the biggest, if not the biggest form of content I see about cosplays now. Like, obviously that's all like social media based, where it's like, you know, things are changing and like there are different trends that happen. However, even like without social media in mind, cosplaying as a whole has very much changed in like kind of what it means to people. Obviously, I wasn't really around during this era, but like 2000s, 2010s cosplay was very much like a lot more of just like, just dress up, do whatever you want, just show up, have fun. And yes, there are still people who treat it like that, but there has definitely been a rise of cons being like a networking event where you're trying to meet like celebrity cosplayers and like meet famous people, or you're going to make content and like you're kind of like making it a like kind of taking like the fun aspect of like meeting other people and kind of turning it into like more of a like, I need to meet like this like person who has 1 million followers, like I want to film this many TikToks because you can see that I'm at a convention and like blah blah blah. And there's also like a beauty contest aspect. I feel like many people have talked about that especially, but I've, you know, a lot of the people who are big names in the cosplay community are people who are conventionally attractive, or people who have like a lot of money to spend on like commissioned wigs, handmade costumes. I support, like, you know, obviously there's nothing wrong with like not making your own stuff or like having someone else style your wig. I think that's really cool to support other small artists. However, there's a certain aspect that was lost where it's kind of become less of like the, oh, I love this character so much and I'm gonna pour my heart and soul into this, and this is gonna be my costume that I wear to like every single con because this character encapsulates me as a person. And more like it's become a lot of like, oh, this media just came out and it's trending, so I'm gonna like just drop a few $100 on this. I'm gonna wear it once to a convention and then I'm gonna actually just throw it out. You'll never see it again. Like, you know, it's just like lost a lot of the deeper like craftsmanship, like pouring your heart into it.
It can feel more superficial.
Like very consumerism now, like, which I will say I've also fallen victim to that. Like, I definitely have costumes I've only worn like once or twice, costumes that like I have gotten and I regret getting because I'm never probably gonna wear them again. It's become so normalized to get a cosplay just because it's trending, and then once it's like, oh well, this media is no longer trending, guess I'm never gonna wear it again. Like, and it kind of just lost the idea of like, oh, I really love this character, I really love this media, I don't care if it's trending anymore, like I'm still gonna do it because hey, this is what I love.
In 2020, I started cosplaying in 2020, and I fell victim to the My Hero Academia trend. My first cosplay was Bakugo, and I worked hard on it, but I don't see myself cosplaying him like ever again. That was a time that I just want to move past. But I hear that. How has the cosplay community responded to your identity?
From a gender perspective, I don't really have much to say. I'm someone who's very like fluid with my gender. I don't really care necessarily what pronoun someone uses, or like uses for me at least, or like who someone perceives me as. Yes, it can be annoying to constantly perceived as only a female when I personally don't identify as that. But for me, that like someone knowing what my identity is it a large aspect of who I consider myself to be. So like if someone misgenders me, I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I know who I am. However, I will say from a ethnicity point of view, I have noticed like a lot of issues, and I know like it's a very controversial topic right now. I know there are both sides being argued, where a lot of cosplaying does stem from specifically Japanese media, but I know there's like the rise of danmes, which is like Chinese like BLs and stuff. And lately, you know, with the K-pop Demon Hunter movie, there's been a lot more like interest in like Korean media as well. I've noticed like specifically like with the East Asian media, it's lost its like cultural like meaning, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I've seen a lot of, not to be all like my culture is not your cosplay, but like there is kind of an aspect of like, hey, like you guys, I'm not gonna stop anyone from cosplaying any character. Like if you are doing it respectfully, like then I don't have an issue with it. But it's when I see people who used to like bully me for my like eyes being smaller or like thinner, people who used to get on me about having like Asian food for lunch at school, and like bully me for like watching animes and stuff, turn around and now take, like, I know there's a trend going on where it's like I'm in a very Chinese time of my life, and like I love that my culture is being spread. I think that like I would never like want to gatekeep my culture. However, it is really disheartening to see that it become a trend rather than something that people are just genuinely enjoying, because it's like, wow, you guys are really enjoying hot pot, you guys are enjoying Korean barbecue, you guys are enjoying matchas, and you guys are all celebrating Lunar New Year and all these amazing things that have come from East Asia. When is it gonna, like, you know, what happens when it stops trending? And like at what point are you becoming kind of racist with it, where it's like a lot of makeup, especially I know a lot of people take inspiration from Zhonghoshu cosplayers, and a lot of them do makeup that is, you know, works for their very Asian features. Sometimes when you do those kinds of makeup looks on non-Asian faces, you can kind of look Asian. And it's like when is this Asian fishing versus you just did a makeup style? Like there's honestly a lot of like layers to it. There's no right or wrong answer, I fear, with like, I can't just be like, you can't do this because like blah blah blah, because every person has a different feeling about it. But I kind of does feel like I'm like screaming into the void when I'm being like, hey guys, like when you cosplay from, like I know there's a lot of like controversy about like kimonos and cosplay for a while, like, hey, when you guys wear a kimono for your cosplay, like please remember that like you have to do certain things and like make sure not to do certain things. Or like when you wear hanfus, or even with the rise of like K-pop Demon Hunter, with a lot of people who've been cosplaying from that, like, hey, remember like the Saja boys are wearing traditional attire. Like you kind of have to make sure you are respecting the culture that it comes from and not treating it like just a costume. Like I know to you it could be just a costume, but that costume is composed of very traditional wear that has a lot of history and like a lot of meaning to like people who are from that country and that culture.
It must be very uncomfortable to also see these trends, and very disheartening and disappointing when you do point these things out and then people just shut that down and continue to do the trend anyway. I can't imagine how like disheartening and how annoying and like how that must feel.
Like I said, I do enjoy that like people are enjoying East Asian culture a lot more. It is just like you said, disheartening to see that it is just a trend to these people. Where like, yeah, right now we're doing the whole like I'm my first day as a Chinese person, or like I guess I'm Chinese now, or like whatever. And it's like, okay, cool, like you can enjoy your hot pot, you can enjoy celebrating Lunar New Year, but you know, come a year later, what's gonna happen? Like I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot that it wasn't even a few years ago when COVID hit, and a lot of people were getting like bullied, harassed, even assaulted for just being Asian. Like I luckily wasn't dealing with a lot of in-person racism, but I had a lot of people coming at me like online accusing me of being like, oh, you're the reason COVID's here, oh, you must eat dog, like, oh, like you're the reason, like you ate bats and that's why we have COVID, like the Chinese flu, like a lot of these things that people were saying. And it's just like the same people, not obviously not everyone, but it's like you guys are the same people, you know, like the same demographic of people who harassed me during COVID, who bullied me all throughout my life as a child living in America as an Asian person. Now, you know, I'm suddenly turning around and like everyone's like, oh, this is my matcha, this is like, oh, this is my favorite like manhwa, this is my favorite manga, like, oh, I'm in a very Chinese time of my life. Like it just like feels like people move past a lot of the hate and are kind of ignoring it just because it's trending. And now my biggest concern is that what happens if something like not even as serious as COVID, but like if anything happens where people, because I've noticed that people will turn on the like literally like on a snap, like one moment people are hating on me as someone who is Asian American, and then the next moment people are like, oh my god, I wish I was Asian. Like I've genuinely had people come up to me. So I'm mostly Korean, but I do have some like Japanese and like a little bit more Chinese in me. And I've had people literally come up to me during like when like K-pop started getting popular, being like, oh, I wish I was Korean like you. Like, oh, you must be like you're so lucky to be Korean, like blah, blah, blah. Or like when anime was getting popular, being like, oh, like you're part Japanese, like, oh, like I wish I was Japanese, like I wish my name was like super cute, like Sakura and like Mochi. And I was like, okay, like, so you're gonna ignore the fact that you guys are the same kids who literally pulled their eyes back at me like a few years ago. Like, I don't know, it's just like, enjoy our culture, please respect us as people. Like we're not just what media you guys enjoy right now. Like we are actual people with history and roots, and like you can't just enjoy our culture and then ignore us and hate us as people.
And it has to give you like whiplash to be infantilized one moment and then like borderline like assaulted the next. Like that has to be a horrible experience to go through, and I'm so sorry that that happened. And then one last question. How has the cosplay community affected your life as opposed to just cosplay? What are the positive and or negative effects?
Cosplaying overall, like for as much as I've just talked about like the negative parts of it, what like negative things have come out of it, cosplaying as a whole has definitely had a positive impact on my life. Yes, a lot of people tend to focus on like the negativity that can happen, and it can be really easy to lose yourself by focusing on the negative parts. But for me, would I ever give up cosplaying? No. Would I, if I could change, like turn back time, would I ever stop myself from cosplaying? No. Because cosplaying has allowed me to, first and foremost, make friends with people that I never could have imagined like befriending in the past. Like I found people who enjoy the same hobbies and like the same media as me. Like, you know, there's something so like amazing about finding someone who's like into the same specific niche that you are in, and it's like, oh my god, we understand each other in like a way that like everyone else around me doesn't. And so most of my friends now are cosplayers, That wasn't like an intentional choice I made in my life. I just somehow, like, the bond I make with cosplayers I meet at cons and online has just been so much stronger than the bonds I've made through school and work, just because cosplaying is primarily made up, or at least historically has been made up of people who are considered the weirdos, the outcasts, like people who haven't really belonged with general society. And so there's like the level of like, oh, we get each other because like, yeah, I was bullied for being the weird kid in like middle school and stuff. And then there's that level of like, hey, we like have this hobby that we both share that we can both have fun in and like go do stuff and like, you know. So I would say overall, like I've definitely, like, cosplay has had such a positive impact on my life. Like I've made amazing friends, like found just super cool people in my life that I would never like, even consider losing. And cosplaying has also like given me a confidence in myself that I don't think I could have ever gained had I not put myself out like this. Like right now I have a public account, like I'm posting regularly, I go to cons, like I'm putting myself out there. Like I recently started getting into like masquerade performances. I do panels at cons, and even without those, like I cosplay in public with my friends all the time. And those are all things that can be really nerve-wracking. And as someone with like really heavy social anxiety, who for the longest time, even the idea of like speaking in front of a classroom would like send me into like a really bad attack, like panic attack, to go from that to now being able to walk up on a stage and perform in front of crowds of like hundreds of people, it's just like I've put myself out there, and now I can feel that I'm much more confident and happy with who I am as a person. I like don't shy away from opportunities as much anymore. I can like easily, I got cons, I will run up to every single person I see. I have like, you would think that like social anxiety fears me instead, because of the way I'm just like running up to people that I've never met before and having full-blown conversations with them. And that's just genuinely something that I would have never been able to do had I not started cosplaying, and like finding that, hey, I can go to the store in face paint and no one will even bat an eye at me. Like they'd be like, okay, cool, whatever, that person's just weird. Like, and then finding other people who are also like you know, are like me, has given me the confidence to like reach out to more, in case like, hey, maybe this girl who's in my class like also happens to want to try this, and it's worked. So like confidence and like the social life of it are both really things I've really enjoyed. And then my last thing I found like that has come out of like cosplaying, the amount of skills I've learned as a cosplayer. I don't think like when I first started cosplaying, I was like, oh yeah, cosplaying, it's like throwing on a wig and some makeup. And then I like got more into it, and I was like, oh, there's like, I can improve my makeup, and like there's more to this than just like eyeliner. And then I started like styling wigs, and it's like, wow, like a styled wig compared to a wig just right out the bag really changes things. And then like, you know, you start getting into like sewing and like craftsmanship, and it's like, whoa, like these are all skills you can take into like your daily life as well. Like, you know, if you have a pair of jeans that like you need to alter, like you can, if you're someone who makes cosplays, you're now like, wait, I can do this. Or like photography skills, like I don't really have the budget to like hire a photographer every single time I cosplay, so I've started learning how to use lighting and camera angles, and like even like mess with this. And then like social media is a learning, like you have to learn how to use it. There's like, you have to learn how to like let the algorithm work for you and stuff. And those are all things like you have to like, you've learned from cosplaying. That, and there's definitely more skills too, even besides like the ones I've talked about. And they're all just like literal like micro skills that I've learned through cosplaying that combined help me, you know, become a cosplayer. But I can take each individual aspect and like transition them into like daily life. I've like, for example, I've worked at a hair salon before. Did I ever think I could do hair like that before I started getting into cosplaying? No. And I will say cosplay hair, like wigs, are very different from real hair, but there are still like some micro techniques I can learn from that. Same with like makeup. Like doing cosplay makeup has taught me how to do different makeup for like my daily life. For like, I've done makeup for people for like prom and stuff. Like, these are just like skills that I've learned throughout cosplaying that I can now take and use for other things that can even help me like professionally one day. So just overall, a lot of positivity has come out from cosplaying, and I don't think I would ever leave this community, no matter how like much people want to focus on like who's canceled next, or like whoever said this and blah 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 happened at this con. I think the positive, for me at least, outweighs the negative, where I'm like, hey, like, sure, maybe I've had a few bad friends, I've met a few creepy guys, but like, you know, pushing them aside, I've cut them out of my life. Now I have people that I really love and care for that in, like, you know, I would have never met otherwise. So yeah, that's just like my 2 cents with that.
So happy that cosplay has benefited you in such a way. I'm so glad it made such a positive influence on your life. I think I made the mistake when I was younger. I didn't learn how to do like basic makeup. I learned straight cosplay makeup. So whenever I tried to do basic makeup, it always looked like cosplay makeup, and I'd go out looking, well, not too
Honestly, I'm also kind of there. I like got into makeup like a year or 2 before I got into cosplaying, but like I wasn't really doing makeup much. So random fun fact, I was a model when I was younger, and so I learned how to do makeup for like modeling. Usually I had my makeup done for me, but sometimes I'd have to like touch up my own or like do my own. So I learned how to do makeup, but that wasn't really daily makeup. It was kind of like makeup for under stage lighting, which really like did help actually with cosplaying. But like since then I've learned, like as I've been doing cosplay makeup and like improving, I've learned like what kind of makeup to do when I'm going out versus like what kind of makeup to do if I'm like gonna be competing or something. And I will fully admit my daily makeup does still kind of look cosplay-ish. I think that's an issue a lot of people actually have, where it's like you're never escaping the cosplay makeup. Like a cosplayer will clock your cosplay makeup like from a mile away. It's like, hey, I can recognize exactly what you're doing. Like I know who you are, but honestly, like, who cares? It's makeup. Everyone does it differently anyways.
That's so funny. Like I feel like when this interview is done, if I see someone with cosplay makeup, like I'm just gonna be like, I know who you are. Just like
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for your thoughts and your opinions. I really enjoyed conducting this interview with you. Is there anything else that you want to add?
I think my only like final piece, I did like talk about this earlier, is the consumerism of cosplay. Obviously, I've fallen victim to it. I've fallen down the Doki Doki trap before, but if you're like getting into cosplay, or even if you are a cosplayer already, you don't have to cosplay every new media you see. You don't have to like be the first person to cosplay a character, or like get the most expensive costume out there. Like if I genuinely, like from day 0, like getting into cosplay for the first time, I would honestly focus on like getting characters that I really love. I don't care if it's trending. I don't care if it's popular right now. Like, get a character you really like, because you know you'll get the most use out of that. And quite frankly, if you want to get a lot of characters, like a lot of cosplays, look on like Depop, Vinted, Macari. Like you can find so many cosplays secondhand that are like either like worn once or like twice. Sometimes even like I found new stuff on Depop, and it's like, holy crap, like I'm getting like I'm paying like half the price for a brand new costume. So like those are like my 2 like little tidbits of advice. Like, you know, don't be afraid to like thrift for stuff, like put things together. Like I feel like so many people have kind of moved past closet cosplaying a little bit too quickly. Like I miss it. Like it was so fun being like able to be like, hey, I have this character that I want to do. I think I could pull everything out of my closet. And then you do, and it's like, wow, I spent $0 on this and I still look amazing. Like, so those are like my little like tidbits for if you're getting into cosplay. Just like you know, don't let those people who are like professional cosplayers who are able to buy cosplays every single day, like don't let them fool you. Get characters you love that you know you're gonna do often, and like, you know, don't contribute as much as you can to the state of our, you know, our global warming and like our environmental issues. Like if you can reuse and reduce and recycle, like it applies so much to cosplaying, especially when it's like so much of it ends up becoming kind of consumerism where it's like, oh, this media is trending, I have to get a cosplay now, and then oh, uh-oh, it only trended for a month, now what do you do with the costume? So just like, I don't know, have fun with it, pick characters you like, and the more you like a character, the more often you're gonna cosplay it. So, and feel free to also, like, if you're not gonna wear a cosplay anymore, sell it on Depop, sell it on Vinted. Like, I don't think there's an issue with that. Like, I don't know anyone who's necessarily thrown out a cosplay because they don't wear it, but like, don't hoard it if you're not gonna use it ever again. Like, you know, resell it, someone else will love it. So yeah, that's like my little like 2 cents, like my little advice for people who are cosplaying. Like, feel free to start thrifting stuff or like buy it secondhand.